Hi everybody! Today is a special day because for many years it was the only one solution available in the market for Steadicam operators. But since then, technology has changed a lot. My name is Adam Mendry and I've been doing Steadicam since 2010. And since 2017 until 2023, I've been using Omega MKV as my first device, my first choice for one-axis stabilizer. But since 2023, when HdAir Studio introduced Cyclo 1 to the film market, I've been working with Cyclo Lite since then. And today, I would like to show you the main differences between two systems. We're gonna use the same camera, we're gonna compare all the tools that both systems have, joysticks, apps, the weight, dimensions, how much time do you mount the camera, all the important aspects that are important for Steadicam operator. So you know what are the main differences between those two systems, and if you have any questions about it, I hope this movie will answer all of your questions. In this material, I would like to give you the best fit, like the POV feedback here, so you can see it the same way as I do as a Steadicam operator, so you can have the same, you know, the same feeling of looking at those two things. So this is the Omega. As you can see, it's a bit wider than Cyclo Lite. I think the inner ring is almost the same. We have two motors here, one here, another here. The belt that moves the motors. So actually the thing works that way, that here's the brain in the base. The base is the plate itself, so you just dock this this thing on the sled, and here's the brain of the Omega, and the brain tells through those cables to the motors which way we are going. Yeah. So here are the two Wi-Fi, I think that's for the app antennas, and that's pretty much it. It goes out like this from the box. Here's the thing for the cable that you mount the cable through here and go from the other way to the camera, and the plate, MKV plate, which goes right to left and has this locking mechanism here, a screw and this. Okay, it's very simple because you just unlock it here. Let me see if I have the right key. Oh yeah, it's the perfect one. So it's just the key goes out with two fingers, and that's it. And this is the plate itself. It comes like this from the MKV. You don't get any risers or anything. That's the same way I got it from MKV. And here is the right and left. It goes right and left. So this allows you to balance the camera inside the head. And these two small screws here and here are for locking the plate. So when you know exactly where's the right and left, you just lock it in and then place the plate and use the screw, yep, and it won't go out. Awesome. So this is it. This is my, as you see, the POV feedback, so I can see what I'm showing you. And this is Cyclo Lite. As you can see already that the construction is way smaller. The inner ring, I think, is the same. The brain, the electronics are here on this side, and the motor is hidden here. So we don't have access to any moving parts here. We don't see the belts, the motors, the moving parts. It's just everything is within the head. But oh, there's this locking pin. Okay, so we can lock it. So if we want it to stay in one place, we just lock it like that. What else we have here? These things are for cables. We have some adapters here, so we can screw some weights or any other parts we would like to put on. Okay, the bottom is just like a dovetail, so we're gonna lock this thing on the sled. There's a button for, what was that? It's a quick option button. So one click is motor off, 2 clicks are motor on. There's a power output, so we can power the camera from power output. There is a power input, so we can power the camera with power input. No, the Cyclo with power input, and then it goes from here to the camera. Oh, so we can put the power to the Cyclo and then go to the camera. Great. There's this button here, we'll check it later. That's probably power button. Joystick, S-bus. So this one is for joystick and this one is for S-bus if we want to use some wireless devices. And of course, the horse key of the Cyclo is the slip ring. So the rods and that. So instead of putting the cable mechanically inside, I mean, not like with the Omega where it just goes to the camera, it goes here to the slip ring. So we have a sensor cable, BNC, power input, and on the other side there's a power output, sensor, and SDI. And this is like that. Great. And look at that. No tools needed here. Yeah. So we don't need to screw any small block. We just take our regular Steadicam plate and we lock it in. Boom. Great. So these are the mechanical differences, I think. Sorry. Between those two things. Oh, look at that. Cycle is like this. So it's almost, Omega is 2.5 Cyclo in terms of length of us. Now we'll measure it right now to see if they really changed. And this is from the front, so we see all the, yeah, that's what I don't like here. It got me into trouble a few times when I got some parts got stuck here, some motors, some cables. And also what I didn't like is this. Look at here. See, this one stays in one place and this one is moving. You see? Boom. Ah, that hurts. Oh my God. Yeah. So this happened a few times in my career over the past 6 years when I've been working with this one. So it was always pretty damn scary when it just went crazy, spinning, and those blades were on your way, on the camera assistant's fingers or somewhere else. Here we don't have this issue because there's nowhere to put your fingers in. I mean, I could try to push my finger there, but when I'm here, I want to do something with the camera, right? So when this thing is spinning, it grabs my fingers. And in this scenario, I can play with the accessories around. Measure. That's the thing. So let's start with Omega. Let me take this off so we don't do anything to it. Okay, place it here. Boom. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I would say something around 34 centimeters. Okay, 34 centimeters here. And Cyclo. Oh, let me also take the slip ring off. Over here. Boom. See, there's no screw here, you can just unscrew this. 34. Oh. Come over here. I would say 34. The same. The same. So these two fellas are the same height, yeah? 34. 34 with this. Without this, that will be 32.5. Okay, yeah, but you need those two things, so 34 centimeters each. Great. And on the side, boom, and on the side it is, oh, what is that? How much is that? Really? It's almost 6.7 centimeters. 6.7 centimeters. That's not a lot. I didn't even know. 6.7 against the cable. I used to hit those a lot with my arm. They're always on the way. 26. 6.5. 26. Yep. The inside of the circle. Oh. Of the circle. On the side, say inside of the circle, yeah. 26. The inside of the ring here. How are we gonna do it? Let's do it from here. 26. Also, okay. So 26 inside, 26 inside. The only thing is that here is more round, and here is a flat surface. So, and here I didn't mention this part, because here on the side, this is small sensor that's inside the ring, and we connect it to the slip ring, right? And from slip ring, it goes to this cable and goes to the brain. So the brain is using the position of the camera inside the ring, not like here, that the base itself is the sensor and just counter moves the motors against its position. So it's kinda, she's guessing on her position, and this brain is guessing on the camera position, because brain always stays in this position. So this is a different way of communication and taking the data. Now, one of the most important tests, that is the most important for the most important people, Steadicam operators, the weight of the each system. For that specific reason, I brought my pizza weight. As you know, it's very important for pizza makers to measure the yeast and the dough. So we're gonna use this precise on-you weight scale. Let's wait for it to turn on. It's 0 grams. It's on the floor. 4299. 4 kilos, 299 grams. And now the Omega in the exact same way that I would be ready to mount the camera here. Then I could decide what kind of cables I want to, SDIs, power cables, everything. Four, 2, 4, 6. So we have a 4246, 4245. So we have almost 50 grams difference between those two systems. 50 grams. But this is 50 grams. Ta-da. So this system is heavier this much. Setup that most of us likes to work with. Ari Alexa Mi Lev with some Tokina lens from ATM system. A real good rental if you're shooting in Poland or you're around and you need some gear. I think these are the best people to call for your job. And now, because I pre-built the camera, that's how I usually would normally do. The plate is under, the lens, everything. So we'll try to put the camera inside the Omega. So as I remembered, we have that thing here that we need to unscrew to take the plate. Okay, we have the plate. Sits like that. The camera under. Tick. And I think this says that this is front. So let's do the front that way. I use this kind of screws from HdAir. These are really nice because you don't need a flathead screw. You just use your Allen key. And they're pretty big. So it's easy to mount it. Okay. Ta-da! It's done. Come over here. Oh, good. Yeah. That's the thing that I was talking about. Oh, that's how you do. Put the camera inside, grab the camera, and you try to lock it. Yeah, it's here. Oops. Yeah, now we need the key. So when the camera is sitting here, we need the key and Allen key, and we need to screw this plate in. Okay, so the camera sits inside. Good. The only thing, as you can see, try, is that from this I know already that the CG of the camera is somewhere here, but the catch is like that, and I could try to push the camera even further, but the motor is touching the ring here, and if I put it inside, see my point, that I can try to put the camera more inside, to slide the camera in, yeah. You see the motor is usually, the motor usually lands on the edge of the bearing, so it brings some problems if I want to attach the cable. Yeah, it works, right? But the moment it starts spinning, the cable will be touching this. So for me, it was always a big, disadvantage that putting motors inside and playing with this tight space here was a bit of nightmare. But in this scenario, let's say I just arrived on set and I don't really have time to do it because I would like the camera to be like that. I can try to lower the motor, maybe, let's see, rearrange the motor, but that's again something that I have to do when I would normally not do. Because I just got, let's say that there's a scenario that I just arrived on set and I don't have time, they just gave me the camera like that, right? And everything has to be fast, and nobody wants to wait for some Steadicam operator balancing his Steadicam, so it brings problems. And the fact that I want to have the motor from the top is that it's gonna be easier to balance it later, yeah? So now I had to go back to rearrange my motor. Now I can try to slide, yeah. Okay, The camera is inside where the CG is, because that's the best thing to do, is that when you place the camera inside the head, you are trying to aim for the CG somewhere here. Now I have to remember to screw the plate back. Oh, okay. I don't like this sound. I never liked it. It was a bit scary. And yeah, now you see I can go around. Yeah, and nothing is touching. But again, when the camera assistant will want to do something, you see, around here, it's kind of tricky to get there, because the motors are always somewhere here. But okay, let's skip this part. The camera is in the cage. I can only use the plate I'm given, because this is the plate you get from the MKV, and it seems that the camera is actually pretty well in the center of the ring, almost there. So if you want to rise the camera, you need to go to Home Depot or Leroy Merlin and get some metal risers, because this is what you get, this kind of plate. And that's another point in the story. And what else? I don't see, because you see there's no way to grab the camera from the top. So if the camera will be operating in this way, all the force is pushing the camera down there on this plate, only on this one screw here, and nothing is holding it from here. So there have been a lot of vibrations always, unfortunately. There's only one mounting plate. You need to find by yourself the way of making some kind of point that holds the camera from the top, and also that there's always this small friction on the motors that if you're running, it kind of feels like the construction is moving. It's not like one solid piece. It has some kind of vibrations. I mean, looseness that creates the vibrations. It's not when you hold it and you move a bit, it doesn't feel like one piece. It feels like a lot of pieces together. Yeah. And if I would go here with the cables, I would just grab the cable HdAir here, over there, the power cable as well. We'll do it in a second when we'll be placing the bricks on the Steadicam. Będzie piąteczka. Ekstra.
Polecam tego Allegrowicza.
Okay, and now the same way we're going to build the camera inside the Cyclo Lite. So that's the first thing I see, is that I don't need any key to unscrew here. There's a quick release plate. You see it locks, so the moment you place the camera, it has the locking mechanism that we are used to with best tools, which is one of the best in the market. So, oh yeah, this one has a safety pin. So it's really easy. So you don't need any tools, you don't need anything. You just need your fingers to unlock the camera. I got the plate. This is also, as here we have the custom MKV plate, the best one. The Steadicam universal offset doesn't fit here, because this one is less wide than this one. So if you lose this plate, you have problems. And here is that, you know, we have a lot of Steadicam plates, right? So if one plate gets missed, I can just pick up another plate from under the wave or from whatever other Steadicam accessory I have with me, and I can just use it here, which is really awesome. The same here. This one is the standard Steadicam plate. so it goes direct on sled. But let's go into putting the camera inside. So it's done the same way. The motor is higher, like we started with MKV. I didn't put it lower. And yeah, there's more space. We can put the screws on a wider we can just, you know, put the screws wider on the camera. I lost the word. I don't know. Yep. 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 Okay. It's rock solid. Ta-da. And again. Put the camera inside. Zoop. It's locked. Oh, yeah, but look at that. Doesn't look good, right? Yeah, okay. So, we want to push the slip ring back because we want to push the camera back. So, since the CG of the camera is somewhere here, I want to push it that much. So, unscrew the slip ring. I'll just take those two rods. I'll screw them here. It's that quick. I'll put the slip ring back. I will connect it over here. Yep. And see, I've extended the slip ring more further back. So now I can just push the camera inside the cage. Oh, and it's here. And then if I want, I can push the slip ring to the camera so it doesn't stick out that much further back. And yeah, this is it. So here, as you can see, I didn't have to fight with any of the camera accessories, with any of the motors, the way they are here. So the camera assistant, if he wants to do something here, he has a lot of space. The same with the cart. It goes here, right? Doom, doom, doom. He doesn't have to put the hands inside the cage. All the accessories here. All the menus. They can clearly see the aperture. What else? I mean, everything, right? No need to put the hands inside, and if I want to take out the camera, I just press it here. I don't need to, and I can slide it in, slide it out, take it out. And the most important thing here is I have this small thing, and this is meant to be the top mount for the camera here. That I can choose how low the camera sits, depending on how low the camera sits. Depending on that, I will use the specific riser. So here in this particular build, with this rising here plate and this plate, I know that it's gonna be this one. So I lug this one here first, then I put the screw. Yeah. Now I'm gonna put it in a place where I want it. Tick. Yeah, it's not moving. It's locked like that. I'm going to put the camera back. Click. See? It's over here. Yeah. Ta-da. And the camera. And now. With that, I now know that the camera is being held in 2 points, here and here. So there is no friction or anything that could make any vibrations from some loose points inside the ring. And HdAir is recommending here to screw the locking mechanism here, the raising the bracket here, but I don't do it. It's just faster to, it's easier to just put like some pressure here, so the camera sits there, and together with the plate, in my opinion, it's enough. And we can lock the camera here. Yeah. So that was the process of putting the camera inside. And now we'll discuss another thing, the monitor brackets that comes with both systems. Here we have a motorized Omega MKV monitor bracket. See how it's moving. There is a belt, and again, there's a motor, the belt. So again, we have a moving part that can get obstructed with some things getting inside and can damage somebody's fingers. That happened to me. In one of the pipes there's a motor. It goes directly to sled, and there is no on and off button. It's just the moment you press the power goes through and the monitor is stabilizing. So there is no option on off or to do anything with that. There is no slip ring, so you just have like a tunnel here. So you put the cables through there, like here, and they go from here, and then they go to the monitor, and the monitor sits like that to the operator. These are the 19mm rods, and this is the MKV monitor clamp, so this goes on sled and stays like that. What I like about that is that it gives you possibility to put the monitor wherever you want, with which angle with those brackets. So, but getting to this point when you have all those simple screws like here, that it takes time to get it done like that. That's a really nice work. And you want to, when you balance the monitor, you have to make it neutral. So you take off the belt again and you try to find it, the neutral spot. So it's a bit tricky when you have the belt off and this is wobbling and swinging, and you just unlock this part here, everything goes overway. So just takes time to find it like that. I bet that this is the way it came out from the box, so I bet the operator that's been using it, he knows those problems, so he keeps it like that and he's not changing anything. It's because it just takes too much time to set this up. But from my point of view, I had issues sometimes with sound on set from this sound. You can hear it. And because of the fact that there is no any power on and off, I damaged this motor a few times. I don't know how, but the moment I was turning on my power in sled, it just died. Or suddenly, somewhere from during the shot, the monitor would just like go down and it would die. And another thing is that in terms of this thing working to keep the horizon and everything, it needs to connect the cable to the Omega, so it needs to communicate with the head. It's nothing like you can just press on and it keeps horizon. It has to talk to the head all the time. It's not like a separate system. And of course, BNC cable, yeah. And on the other side, we have the motorized monitor bracket from HdAir Studio. This is the sled clamp. It comes with this one, but since I operate with bed stools, I keep my original bed stools one, and there's a adapter for the monitor bracket, so it looks like this. What we can see is that Here we have a scale to move it right and left for a perfect balance, so it doesn't go anywhere. I use the Portkey 7-inch monitor. It's a bit light, but this motor here worked with Transvideo SBL8, so it can carry a heavier loads of monitors. We cannot tilt the monitor like here because we have those screws here, which allows us to change the position of the monitor. But I bet there's a way that you can just mount here regular yoke bracket or something if you want to. I work with this monitor bracket since 2023 now, and it kind of that when I get to this position, I'm happy and I'm not changing the angle of the monitor or anything. I don't know. It's just good like that. It's simpler. What else we have here? There's a power output, the SDI. On the other side, there's a power input and the SDI. So the cool thing about that is that this is a slip ring here inside. So the power goes in and the power goes out. So we don't need to put any cables like here through the hole. So it's just, you put the cables here and the cables go out and they power the monitor and they give SDI. So you're not twisting any cables, because here, if you twist the monitor mount, it can at some point break your cables. You see how they're twisting? Yeah. There's a spaghetti dancing around. So if you do too many moves, you might have to turn it off and untwist it. Here you don't have this problem because there's a slip ring. So you can roll it and roll it and roll it and until you die. No, I'm joking. Yeah, and another difference, cool difference, is that this doesn't have to communicate with Cyclo. There is a button here, you can see. It says long press reset device, click 1 motor on off, click 2 level position, click 3 fixed stabilization, and 4 follow mode and 5 gyro calibration. This is amazing that when you work with Cyclo, you wanted to roll with this LED with Cyclo, but it doesn't have to talk to Cyclo. So because it has its own stabilization, I don't know, brain. So when I tell him to stabilize, he stabilizes. But if I'm doing classic Steadicam shots, I can also use this monitor bracket, because if I press 3 times the button, it's gonna hold the position like with classic Steadicam. So this is pretty cool that it does it. So I don't need to buy 2 brackets for classic Steadicam and for Cyclo, because this one does it all. And he always follows my head. It's like, I'll show you later. So these are the main differences about the monitor mounts. I removed the monitor from each, but I left the cables that you need to use it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it all stays. And this is 1 kilogram and 39 grams here. Let's try it one more time. 1 kilogram, 40 grams. Great. 0, yeah. So here we have 1 kilogram, 207 grams. Let me try it again. 0. 1 kilogram, 208 grams. I have to take you off for a second, but don't worry, you'll come back soon. We'll put you down there, so your master knows I'm taking care of you. Yeah. No, so I come on set, I start the day like that. The battery plates are there. I'm putting, you see, the head is snapping on the sled. That's good. I will start with the cables for the monitor. So this is the power cable for the monitor bracket. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it's here. There's the HDI cable. This HDI goes in. Yeah, and now there's the HDI here. The power here. Go like that. Put the cable here, and my HDI in. Tick. And cool thing is that with one power output we can power up the Cyclo monitor bracket and the monitor at the same time. And I want to check the balance of it. So, see, I have to just screw it here and there, and to make sure it stays in one spot every time I turn it. That way, if you can balance it with Cyclo only. The neutral way, it's cool because this will never trick your balance over here. These are more batteries. I use Patona 190s, so these are pretty good ones for the power consumption and all the purpose that we need with Steadicam, the weight of it, and I'm pretty happy. I'm keeping it at 12 volts. I won't need any more right now. And let's see if it's working. Yeah, it's working. The monitor is getting the power feed. So one press, you see, and it goes to the stabilization. And then next we can put the cables to the Cyclo. I will start with the power cable to Cyclo. Here, there. This one is the cable for the camera and for the SDI. So I'm checking it. This one, ground. Cyclo lite slip ring. So I place it here. SDI goes here. I get hidden in here. Get that here, yeah, to the slip ring. And SDI, it's a bit too long, so I can put it here, yeah. Boom. This one is too long, so you can use shorter, of course. I don't know why I have this one. I have to talk to my assistant. But probably he had some plan here. Okay, there's the eye from the slip ring to the camera. Yeah, we can attach it here around because the camera is not moving anywhere. Yeah, this is a cool adapter for the power. So this actually saves your camera and slip ring and system. If ever you would try to put any other power cable aside, this will pretend from this action, so it saves you from putting unwanted cables in the system. Tick, tick, tick. Yeah, it works. Oh, it was on already, but now I want to turn on. Let's see how much time it turns on. HdAir Cyclo lite. And it's on. You can release the knob. You can put the motors on. And it's working. So you can see how fast it was, right? I've prepared everything, the cables, the camera, the batteries, whatever I wanted. And now it's time to balance the camera. Before I started, I was somehow guessing where to put the accessories, and if I unlock the Cyclo, Look at that. And I'll press the button in the menu to float mode. It will get a bit loosey and it will tell me how does it behave in terms of balancing. So now I see that the right side of the left side of the camera is a bit off balance. Let's get here closer. Yeah. So I see it's a bit off because it's going to the left. So for me it's an information that I put mass on this side, or I can use right and left with a key. That's here on the bottom of the base. So I unlock 4 screws. That keeps my rising plates that I didn't mention, but I will have to talk about that in a second. I can lock the camera. This is a cool thing that you can lock it actually. And I moved it there. Oh, that's the wrong side. I have to go other way. So I'm going other way. Unlock. Oh, you see? Now it stays. Yeah, I went too much. It's kind of okay in here. So I will lock it back. I move the camera this way inside the ring. With the floating mode, it's like something that when you can release the motors and the camera just swings on bearing. So there's no torque or anything like that. So now it doesn't go right and left, it just goes more towards down. So I'll try to find the perfect balance. And in this case, I'm just putting this on the stand. Let me check if I locked the plate. Yeah, I did. This is locked. Yeah. And here I want just to do classic balance. Let's see how quickly I'll balance it with Cyclo and with Omega. Going back a bit further, more further. Yeah. This is cool. Do the. Ooh, it's heavy. I mean, the bottom is heavy, not the top, of course. Ooh, leave it here. Yeah. So I balanced it neutrally, like a classic Steadicam, right? So now I just want to turn on the motors to see what's happening here, right? And I'm tilting down, it goes up, tilting up, it goes down. That means the bottom of the camera is too heavy, so I would like to rise some weights on top of the camera. And I'll check right and left. And right and left is just a little bit off to the left side of the camera. So I will add some weights top left side, and this should help me a lot. Okay, so I've balanced the rig. When I go up here, this is pretty much how I like it, because it stays here. If I look down, it kind of stays there, controllable. If I go right and left, it stays there. So I'm happy. You can see some weights here on the sides. Usually on set there are some other accessories, some Sennheiser, Terodex, second motors. So in this case I'll probably have a second motor, so I wouldn't use those 150 grams weight here, and if I would have a Teradek here I wouldn't use this 100 grams here. So I would probably end up with something around this 1 to 100 that gives me here side and side and up and down, guessing, but this is pretty much it. It's a workable system now. Yeah. And I'll show you now cool things about that. Is here you have a locking mechanism that you can lock the head wherever position you want, maybe something like that. If you're shooting Instagram shots and you want to go Steadicam, you can do it like this. What else? This also turns off the power motor. So if we go to the menu and we press motor on, see it's going to the level. And now if I do the knob, the motor is off. So this also turns off the head. It's like a safety, let's say, or something, but it's mostly done for safety. So if you're recording and suddenly this would go on, it will lock it and the motors will go off and you will not lose anything, but this never happened. It's just there. So if let's say that's the head is on, yeah, like that. So also cool thing is that you don't really have to always press the button here, motor. You can use the quick button here. If I press it twice, see the motors are on. And if I press it once, the motors will be off. So if there is I can turn the head on like in this position. I press it twice. You see, it's coming to the level. He's going actually to the home. You can tell him where the home is, so you just set up home some random position and he'll always go home if you want it. Now it's like 0.00 degrees, so he will always go to the level position. If at some case, if you make, let's make a roll. I did something like that. Here he tells me that this is 4.7 degrees off from the level, and if I want I can tell him to go level. So I press the level button and he goes to level. So this is pretty much about the basics of Cyclo. You can see how smooth it goes. I don't have to worry about the cables because everything is on the slip rings. And even I'll go down, he'll keep the position level and he'll go back to level. If I go up and go back, so you can do all the types of movements, and the monitor is following always my head, and the head is always going where I want. Even if I go down, you see I'm moving it, and I'll look there to the window and he'll go back to the level. Amazing. Yeah, if we go up, we go there, it's level. It's really hard to trick him, and you can choose here. There's lock mode. If I choose now the lock mode, he will lock the position. So if I go down and I go other way, he will stay upside down. So if I go down again, but I'll turn the camera other way, he'll go back to the level. But the monitor, he'll always go back to my operating side, you see? Even the camera is upside down, he's always going back where the operator's eyes are. Great. And we can of course choose the go home speeds, the level roll speeds. Here are all the rolls and auto moves you want to call. So here I'm calling 95 degree, super fast, super smooth, going right. And I can copy it to another auto move. So if I copy it to number 2, so you see I have the same informations on both of the auto moves. And then I just have to change the direction, for example. So if I press go 1, that was the fastest he could do with this move. I can re-smooth it to make it 0. Let's see now. See, it's a bit faster. But now, since we copied that the same move other way. You see, he's going here smooth, but we can copy that to auto move 3 and kill this move again. Oh, come over here. Oh, that was wrong. Boom. 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 Or we can even play with 360s. We can do program up to 10 times 360 super fast. Let's kill this move. We don't want it smooth, we want it rough, and it just can go crazy. Like that. And after 10 moves, he'll go back to the level. Oh, he didn't because we started off the level. That's why. But now we can press the level and he will do the level. So if we want to play it with it again and it goes back to the level, we have 10 rolls here. Go. You see? Pretty cool. And back to the level. But this is about the rolls. It's, you know. What else we have here? We have the lever roll speed, of course, auto moves, recording the moves. We can record the moves and then we can play them back and do them in the loop. Here are the basic informations: reset cyclo, restore defaults. We can choose between 2 modes of stabilization. There is this floating mode when there is no friction on the motors, and if I turn off the friction mode, it's really hard to move it around. This is a cool system here. It's called the shaking setting, the shaker mode. So here's my preset for shaker, and if I call the shaker, the camera will be shaking. Yeah. So this is called for like some action moves, or if you need some shaker cam. Here's my panel for diagnosis, like errors or the voltage and everything. And I'm here back to the motor and joystick, and here I can also go deeper to the settings. It's about the setting up the joystick buttons. I will talk about in a second. Gyro calibration, source calibration for the joystick. Here I can choose the joystick between joystick application on iPhone or other channel with S-Boost system if I'm using some nodal wheels or any other joystick working on S-Boost. Here I can find my joystick. It's already attached to the Cyclo, so this is cool that whenever you get a joystick from HdAir Studio, you have to connect him through that and he remembers his joystick. Joystick direction, right and left with the thumb, of course, and brightness of the screen. Cool. Again, joystick buttons and params. This is for the joystick as well. It's about the speed of the joystick it goes, the power for the Cyclo itself. So I'm always here around 60, and this is pretty much enough. The smoothness of the joystick and joy dead bound. Transition speed, if we're going down and up, how fast it goes. And exposure curve as limits is also for the joystick. And level horizon, here we can choose, if we feel that it's a bit off the horizon, we can always calibrate it by ourselves manually, which is really cool. And that's pretty much it. We can control here, and we can also short go home. It's about which way he goes home if he finds himself a bit off. So the motor was off, yeah. And minimum and maximum angle. It's about that, how far we will go with the joystick. If you want to go 70 degrees and then Cyclo stops, or maximum 80 degrees other way. So it kind of creates some kind of boundaries for the joystick, so you'll never go over your limit. Follow mode. So he reacts here like a drunken camera. You see? And you bow back, and you can take it off, leave it here. I've never used that, but this is a bit kind of funny at some music videos, or if you want to make some drunken camera shots. It's really cool, or if you're pretending that you're shooting on some ship, it's really nice mode. Level roll speed, of course, we know it, go home speed, yeah. That's pretty much it. And this button, yep, you press it twice and you can do anything. So, bang. Oh, and really important information is that I'm giving only 12 volts to Cyclo, because there's inside the power converter that converts the power to 24 volts. So I only use 12, I don't need 24 in this scenario, and I can power up the Cyclo from DTAP, from smaller, you know, power sources, and it's really cool. Let's talk about the joystick for Cyclo. So here we have a HdAir Studio joystick for Cyclo. Here I have a clamp for the bed gimbal, yeah, so I can mount it on my gimbal here. Let me do it, yeah. Okay, look at that, now I can turn it on. It's turning on. Oh no. Yes. The battery is dead. Unfortunately, I didn't charge it, so I will have to put on cable, but I just want to show you quickly before it dies that it's a wireless thing. And look at that. I'm putting it here. There's no cable. It's lovely moving, right? I want to go to settings. Params. Here I will choose the speed. So it's going to be a bit harsher and I'll kill a bit of smoothness. And look at that. After accepting the new settings, he'll go back to level, of course. And zoom. Great. Oh, you see, he's stopping because we have minimum and maximum that we've been talking about. So if I cancel min and max, he'll go infinitely. How great. I love it. But I don't use it that much with rolls and anything here with the joystick, because lucky for me, I can tell the buttons what are they doing and what are they responsible for. We have one button, the battery is dying. The one button, number 1, number 2, and number 3. You have 3 buttons. Left button is this one, right button is this one, side button is that one. So for example, I tell the button 1 to be auto start number 1, button 2 is auto start number 2, and button 3 is motor off. So if I press button 1, he will do the roll we have on the auto move number 1. If I press button number 2, he will do this command, so he will spin 10 times, but let's give him a bit less, 180 degrees. Oh, you see? And I can now do the motor on off. You will see the motor will go off. Yeah, it's off. Now I'll press it on and he goes back to level, which is great. I love it. It's amazing. And what else? Oh, we have 3 buttons, right? But you also have a long press. So if you long press the button, he will also give a command. So I can have auto move 1, but if I press long press now on the button number left 1, he will do the auto move 2. So I long press it, you see, he went other way. He did the move that's over here. So 1, 2, 3, off, level. But I can tell the button number 2 to level roll if I want. So if I play with roll enough and the director tells me go level, I just press the button here and he'll go level. Or I can turn off the motors and go level. I can do everything with that. And also accept, where's that option? If we press twice and we go to the Bluetooth mode, right? That's no, that's the button because we can. Oh, IMU. Oh, look at that. Is it? You see? Oh. So we can also control the position of Cyclo with this, with the movement. I'm not a big fan of it because I always felt scared of it, but if you want, you can give the joystick. Oh, you see? Of course, we can lower this up and go a bit less harsh. You see, the speed now goes down. You can give it to DP and he can play with it, but I'm not a big fan of it. I like to do the rolls myself. So that's the joystick, that's the Cyclo, no cable. But if you need that, like here, oh my god, that's actually great that the battery is dying. The battery is dying, we can't do anything. You just take the cable, just press the cable here, go in there, and voila. It tells you that the cable is on, that the battery is charging, and you can happily use it. The cable is really thin, so it doesn't affect any of it. I usually put it around the sled. And you can charge and cycle and the joystick and play with it at the same time. Bravo! Important thing I didn't talk about. Let's put the MKV stuff on the side. We spoke about the rising thing with the Omega, right? That you get played like that and you're left without any rising solutions that you have to figure out yourself. Look at this. This is the elevating plate from HdAir Studio. $35mm, 10mm, 15, 40. You get a bunch of these plus smaller plates, and then you just take the 4 screws from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You just unscrew it, put that plate back, and voila, that's it. And then later on it's just about, you see like here, guessing where's the center. You don't need the center usually, always, but you can do it by center, and it's like you get the option to elevate the camera easily with rigged plate designed for that. It's not like guessing where the height is and how much height I'm getting. Everything is by number, so it's cool. I think mostly I've told everything about Cyclo here. I showed how it's built, like what kind of options it have, how we can control it through the screen, through the LCD, how we put the camera in, how does the locking mechanism looks like, what does the slip ring do, the top mount, the rising plates, the monitor bracket here, the joystick, and many more. There's also a connector here for the S-Bus. So if you're having like your favorite drone controller, you can use it to control the rolling. So it's not about just the joystick. There's also an app, but at the end of the video I'll show 2 apps, the MKV and the HdAir, to show how it looks like from both sides, and so we can compare it apps at the same time. It's gonna be easier, I think. Everything was said here, and you can know by yourself now if you like it or not, and what parts of that you like, and what parts of Cyclo you don't like, and put it down in the comment maybe, so I can read it later and see it. What do you think? And now I think it's time for the Omega to jump on the Steadicam, so we can see how it behaves and how it looks like for him here with that same camera build. Now it took me so much time I didn't work with that machine since 2023, but we had a lot of good time together, because I'm here where I am, I think, in some parts because of Omega, because it was performing at some point really good, really well, and There were lots of nice options that were unknown for people in 2017 when I started doing that, and it was some kind of fresh air for the Steadicam, just not doing classic things, but to be able to go down and up and also do the roll later. Limited roll, but still you could use it. And let's put it on and let's see if I can still balance it and how it looks like and how it feels. Ladies and gentlemen, Omega MKV. Oh. So this small device here, this is not a garage trigger, it's a unit that you can control the roll. I know there's some option to, oh, like here. I don't know why it's going back now. When I pressed it here, it was blinking. Maybe it's doing something with that. No, other way. Oh, it's going faster. So with that I can control the speed and the direction, I think, and the degree is gonna stop, but it's not going back. But I think if I press this, he'll go back. Yeah. So this probably is back to reset. Okay, let's put it here. I will not use it anymore. Good job, little one. So we have the cage on the sled. We have the monitor bracket. The monitor bracket is on. I can feel that the motor is holding the power. So I needed to take the tally output, the power output, the HdAir output of the sled, and oops, there's no video. Why? Aha, okay, it's not connected. Let's check first the power feedback. Yeah, the video is there. Great, because we're going directly, right? Okay, we'll attach this in a second, but let's talk about what is where. So the camera is inside. The moment I plugged in the Omega, it was blinking 2 red lights. That means it's getting 24 volts. That's the important thing, that with Omega I need 24. It doesn't run on 12. If I would give there 12, there will be only 1 red light blinking, but there are 2 red lights, what tells me that the power is on. So I've attached the cable on the side so it doesn't go that much on the way. What I else could do here, I could maybe put some tube around, or I see operators who make like a gauze neck. I used to have like a gauze neck here. The cables would go from here to there, and that way it kind of protects them from overtaking on anything. But this is up to you. That's what you get from MKV. You get this, and you have to make it by yourself. How would you like to put the cables on there? What else is here? I think it's a custom that it holds the plate from two points, not only from one. Good job here. So we have power, we have cables. I don't really have tools to arrange that. I will have to live with that right now. I'm not gonna make any crazy shots here in this space. There's no way that we can block the camera inside the cage. So, and to make it balanced, I had like a trick from Benjamin Traplin. the guy, yeah, we take off the belt. You have to do it to make it balance. And you have to kind of, there's two lines together. And you shake it like that. And you see which way it went, and it went that way. So that means this side is heavier, and of course it is because there's a motor. But oh, yeah, and that's a problem. Because this shows me that the camera is super bottom heavy, and the only way I could rise it would be with some risers. I would have to take off this plate and maybe put some risers, but I didn't get those risers from MKV, so I don't want to use this machine's operator risers here, because I wanted to be really objective comparison between those two systems, that how I'm gonna work with it if I get it from MKV and I unpack it on set, and this is what I get. So the only way I could elevate the weight is by screwing weights, a lot of weights, on top of the camera, without success here, because I cannot go above the bars, because otherwise the weights will start hitting each other, right? You see? Oh no, I have some space here, okay. So, oh, come on here, Cyclo, I have to steal some weights. So give me those weights, right and left. Right, and good thing about MKV is that you can do fine adjusting here, side to side. So it's a bit easier to find right to left, but at the same time it's a bit harder because we're, oh yeah, and bye-bye. So, So I think this is the best I can do here now, because I cannot add more weights because I don't have space on the camera. There will be also some accessories, so I would put the accessories here, and not much to do here, because this is all the weights I have that I use with Cyclo, especially those have the HdAir Studio. So even I would buy the MKV, I wouldn't get those weights. I would need to have a set of my own weights, not those that you get in package with Omega. So let's turn on. Yeah, it's on. The monitor is on. The head is on. They are on because they are locked. But now I can proceed balancing. Okay. And I wanna do the static balance first. Since it's 24 volts, I needed to put two batteries in the back. Otherwise, I use two batteries, one here and one here. So the weight distribution is a bit better for this LED. The cool thing is that the plate is pretty long and it's really solid. So I feel really good about moving the camera forward and backward within the head. But this is here not in, I think the reason it's like that is because we have limited access to the camera inside the head. So we cannot move freely with the camera inside. With Cyclo, you just lock the Cyclo on the Steadicam and you move the camera inside the head. Here is other way. You move with the Omega, not with the camera. Okay, it feels locked, double check. I can, oh, and the cool thing is that when the Omega is on, it holds the position. So there's really just a little play. So if I would like to go classic Steadicam with this setup, that would be fine. I don't like all the cables I need to have here. They are this long because if you extend it, you need those cables to connect to that. And they are extra long because they're going all the way through here. Okay. Making static balance. Yeah, going on the side. Checking side to side now. Okay, and I can turn on the head. Okay, and this is another thing. To turn on the head, I need to press this button, right? It's locked, but it doesn't know where the level is. So I have to kind of center it, press it, and then I have to look at my bubble with my bed rig, within my bed rig, and I have to press it here. And now it knows where the level is. Otherwise, it doesn't know where the level is. And here's the thing. I would balance it the same way like I did with Cyclo, but because I didn't get any risers and weights in the package with the Omega, I have to use what I have with me right now. And here, I can't do much. Right and left is pretty fine. I'm happy. So I don't have to adjust it with plate. There is a right and left knob here, so we can move right and left. My first impression is that, look, I'm going up, and he's going to the old position. That's good. But I'm not really... He turns off the motors here, where the Cyclo would still keep the position, right? And I want to go there. He lost his orientation now. He's upside down. And the monitor also. Okay, I don't know what to do now. No, it's... So, this test just showed that within one actually slow and simple move, the head went crazy. I will try to do the same shot again and to prove that Cyclo always knows where the position is. I mean, I don't know how to reset it. I think I have to turn it off by holding the button. Yeah, I turned off. I'm going back. Is the monitor off? Yeah. Everything makes sounds here, you see? The monitor is here. It also has to be in the dead position 0. Now, okay, I can turn the Omega back to the power. Yeah. And I can turn it here, level. Okay? I'm gonna redo the same simple move I just did with Cyclo. So we'll start here. This is cool. This one is simple. And all the one axis camera stabilizers really go cool with that. Yeah. Here. 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 Good reaction. But the trick starts when you look up. You move there. The head starts losing its position. He turned off. I'm not pressing anything, nowhere. I'm just looking down. And here is fine. But the problem starts. If, for example, I have to look up with the camera towards the birds, for example, and look down all the way to the actor, and look what's happening here. We're upside down. And I'm thinking about, okay, it might be the same thing like with Cyclo. Maybe it has a lock-on mode, but it doesn't. Because if I go this way, he loses his mind. And there's nothing you can do with that. Yeah, all went. So back in the times when I've been working with Omega, it was super stressful for me to not go above the 90 degree because I knew what's gonna happen. And that moment where I was usually doing my shots like that, not like this, because the head would turn off. So I would be keeping it here. So I've ended up at some point where my creation of my shots were limited to the brain of the head, and it starts kind of pushing me down because I felt I reached the maximum potential of this hand, and this simple movement test just proved it, that you can easily make it go crazy and you can't do much about that. I want to test one more thing. That's the knob. If I turn on the head, yeah, he's gonna turn on the power, or I'm level? No. If I press it longer? No. No. So I have to press it, yeah. Yeah, it's simple. I don't like the sound of it because it feels really mechanical, not like brushless or something. You can feel those gears moving on your gimbal. You can hear them. You can hear this, you can hear that. It doesn't feel really rigid. It doesn't feel small. It takes more space towards my arm. Fortunately, I don't have a joystick to make a comparison between Omega and joystick, but check this out. I mean, this is cool. Look at that. It's beautiful. I mean, I would love to have something like that with Cyclo. So, this is the app for the MKV. Power on, boot on level. Does it really do? Oh wow. So if I turned off and I do boot on level, at the moment it finds level, it's gonna be level, or is it just? Oh, because this is not level, this is level. Okay, I don't get it. It says boot on level, but it doesn't boot on level. Responsiveness, smooth and quiet, fast and loud. Of course, I want to be fast and loud. Wi-Fi roll smoothness, HdAir stop rate, auto rotation speed, auto rotation distance. So, oh, this was, I liked it really much. So if I go like that, no. Oh, it goes. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. So this is the auto rotation speed now. Auto rotation smoothing. So if I do 0, it should go right away. 3, 2, 1. No, it doesn't. Maybe speed. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So what if I want to go? Oh, I have this start stop rate. So if I go here, yeah, it responds it immediately. Start stop rate. Boom. So you see I'm doing this and it's going up and down. Auto rotation speed. Let's stop and rate. This is my speed. I'll do the fastest. It's not going. So I'm not really, this needs time. I don't really remember now. Oh yeah, I was looking for that option. Wi-Fi roll smooth. And here we can tell that it's 100 and it's 0. Auto rotation start stop rate 0. HdAir speed 360. HdAir distance 1. Okay, boom. time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Why? I don't get it. Our distance, our speed degrees. 360 per second. I would like it to... Can I do one? Wi-Fi roll. Oh, kurde. Okay. That's pretty fast. So let's smooth it out. That's not speeding up. And cables. That's where I have to stop. This is it. Then we go to motion control. And we have, okay, again, boot, power. Okay, this works. Power on, green lights, boot. Okay, that's on. And files. No move loaded. So this is for recording move, I think. Stop, start. Oh, that's better. Stop. Pitch. No, better not. I think this is for the Wi-Fi smoothing, so we have to go 25 and now. Yeah, that's better. Yeehaw! The people roll. This is good. Oh, no, okay, stop. Stop. Calm down. Feels like being a cowboy in Yellowstone. Stop. Okay, that's why I didn't like it. Because you do a shot and suddenly somebody starts swinging your phone that you're giving to somebody, and again you need some devices like this. Finally, this is great. This is not the best tool to use it. And again, I know there's a joystick. So let's find some materials about joystick. So I turned on HdAir Studio Cyclo Lite. 3, 2, 1. Voila. Now I swipe to refresh. Cyclo Lite, D1 Adam. Connecting, booting, and that's it. Oh, to lock the head, I didn't lock it. Okay. And what we have here, these are the basic informations on the bottom. It says motor, the motor is on, the motor is off. You can see this is changing. So that's the positions here, motor on, going to level. He knows where the level is. We can turn on the joystick, but the joystick is not connected, so it doesn't do anything. We have abort button, so let's say I'm doing some crazy move, something like that. Abort. It stops, right? Of course, now I have to turn on the motors, and we can do it again. Abort. It stops. Motor on. Goes back to the level. Disconnect Bluetooth. Reset errors. If there is any error, we can reset that through the app. Auto moves. We can change the options for the auto moves over here. Speed, smooth. Then we can save it. Copy. We can copy to each, and then we can call it through that. We push this trigger, and we do auto run. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. These are the auto moves. Then we have settings. Joystick left, joystick dead bound, expo curve, source, joystick, short go home speed. All the things we have here are here. Gyro calibration, default settings, we don't need that. Motion control, I'll show this in a second. Diagnostics, so here we can do update. we can check if it's up to date. The following modules will be updated, Cyclo Lite. And if I press start, he'll ask me to confirm it, but I don't want to confirm it right now. So I do cancel. Yeah, cancel. So this is another key feature that Cyclo is taking the updates through your data system. So you can do all the updates through the phone. You don't need to put any SD cards, anything. And he will always tell you if there's anything up to date that you need to update with your machine. Basics: smooth lock, smooth speed, power, angles, min max, movement behavior, follow mode, follow smooth, follow dashboard. It's cool. And what else? That's pretty much it. Oh, we can change the color here. Cool. Yeah, and this is cool. Control with your phone. Let's try this out, okay? So I do control with my phone. I go like that. I press start. With keeping the start. If you want to stop, you just take off your thumb. So there's no risk of situation that we had with Omega when the phone is taking control of our moves. Level. Okay, that was the... Now let's check the position. Yeah. So here we can work with thumb like that. Oh, and I didn't talk about the applications. It's just, I don't want to test them because I don't feel like they're the main key, but I'll put on the edits here some videos that you can put handheld here and you can use it as a handheld. So you get 2 joysticks here and you can do handheld, and your handheld camera will be always leveled. When with Omega, it's not possible, because you cannot put anything on the sides, because it's empty. But the emptiness of the Omega has one big advantage against Cyclo. When we put the film camera inside, you can open the door easily to change the tape. Here, unfortunately, it's a bit trickier. You have to take off the slip ring, slide out a little bit the camera, open the door, put the Mac, slide the camera in, put the slip ring back. It takes a little more time, but you know, both cameras can work with tape. It's just with this one, it's a bit easier. And that's it, please. We didn't test joystick from MKV. We didn't test the wheel from MKV as well. I didn't show you nodal wheels because I don't have nodal wheels, but if you have nodal wheels, you can attach nodal wheels to the Cyclo and it will work and communicate. So even MKV has the wheel. I would love to see one like that custom from Cyclo. That would be great. Because I don't own, as me personally, I don't own nodal wheels, so that's why it would be nice to have one dedicated for Cyclo. But I'm happy with joystick, and it does 99% of my daily needs. I've never had a feeling that I need a wheel. So this is it, guys, and I'm super tired. I'm literally here since 1 p.m. It's 9 p.m. now, so it's been some time. I've been putting everything up together. I wanted to make it as objective as it could be, but there's always some emotional baggage that I spent so much time with Omega, and I spent half of the time with Cyclo, but already I can tell out with this one working almost 200 days per year for almost 6 years, each, and with this one for 3 years also almost 150 shooting days, commercials, feature films. I hope I gave you the best that I could, and